Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Thank you so much. Welcome, dear devotees. So nice to join you all again in the morning reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Today we are going to start new chapter number 15. The Pandavas retire timely. We have completed our discussion of Canto 1, chapter number 14 of Srimad Bhagavatam. So nice to join in the morning, all of us, an association of devotees reading scriptures. That is the best thing for our life. This is the best gift Srila Prabhupada has given to us. This is a gift from Srila Prabhupada to all of us. When we wake up in the morning, first thing we do is read Srimad Bhagavatam, meditate on the message of Srimad Bhagavatam, and then we understand by this message that we don't belong to this world. We are not meant to be part of this world. This world is temporary place. It's like in a hotel, we check in temporary and there is a checkout date. In the same way, this world is a temporary place. We do not belong here. We are meant to be in spiritual world, associating, serving Sri Radha and Krishna very blissfully and happily. Here it's temporary. And when we meditate like this in the morning with the message of Srimad Bhagavatam and the association of devotees, then we get busy in our daily life, our routine throughout the day, and then whatever happens, whatever experiences we go through, we understand that theek hai, sab chalta hai, it's okay, it's temporary. We don't take it seriously because there is some other purpose which is a higher purpose in our life, and that is what our focus is on. When Srimad Bhagavatam enters our heart, all the fear, darkness depart. Srimad Bhagavatam, every day morning, we enter into our heart, and then fear, darkness, everything departs throughout the day. So that is the best thing Srila Prabhupada has given to us. Let's start chapter number 15, 15.1. Suta Uvacha Evam Krishna Sakah Krishno Bratra Ragna Vikalpitaha Nana Sankaspadam Rupam Krishna Vislesha Karshita. Ishita Mataji, can I request you to read English translation?
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sutta Goswami said, Arjuna, the celebrated friend of Lord Krishna, was grief-stricken because of his strong feelings of separation from Krishna over and above all Maharaj Yudhishthira's speculative inquiries. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have been seeing in the storyline in this past time that how Arjun is grief-stricken because of feeling of separation of Krishna. He was already sad because the friend, Krishna, has left. But on top of that, what is mentioned here is, and over and above all, Maharaj Yudhishthira's speculative inquiries. So practically, Arjuna was choked up with grief. And on top of that, Krishna has already departed. He was sad. On top of that, Yudhishthir Maharaj is asking all these speculative questions, which we have seen before. And because of that, he couldn't speak anything. He just can't speak anything. Yudhishthir Maharaj asked so many questions. And here the word used speculative. And Prabhupada also writes the same word in the purport as well, that Yudhishthir Maharaj was speculating. So many things. His Krishna's sons are okay. Yadu dynasty is okay. Ugrasen is okay. His father, welfare of his father, Vasudev, his wife. So many different things Yudhishthir Maharaj was asking. Now we understand from here that Yudhishthir Maharaj is Dharmaraj. He is king of the whole world. He doesn't need to speculate anything. Why? He's Dharmaraj, he's king, he's smart, intelligent. Why he needs to speculate? He can't figure it out. The last question, the 14th chapter, we saw the last verse, Yudhishthir Maharaj says, are you feeling empty? He is asking to Arjuna, are you feeling empty because you have lost your dear friend Sri Krishna? So many symptoms were there. He himself, Yudhishthir Maharaj, was mentioning. Vidura, when he came, when Yudhishthir Maharaj asked to Vidura about Krishna and Dwarka, he did not respond anything. When Narad Muni came, he just gave a hint that you all can rule once, as long as Krishna is present. When Krishna departs from this world, you also depart. So Vidura did not say anything. Narad Muni gave him a hint, and then he saw lots of dangerous signs in the kingdom. We saw that in the full the previous chapter, that he saw all these signs, and he observes all of them. He himself talks to Bhima. He mentions all these signs that I have been observing. These people are becoming greedy, cheating, all these things. How can this all be possible in the presence of Krishna in this world? And on top of that, Arjuna comes back, grief stricken, very sad, morose, tears in his eyes. Arjuna was pale. So all the signs were there. All Yudhishthir Maharaj is intelligent, smart, and capable enough as a Dharmraj, as a king of the whole world, to figure it out what was happening. But he is not mentioning this. He's just he knew it, but he's not accepting it. Why is that? Let's try to understand. Yudhishthir Maharaj, his in his mind, with his intelligence, he knew what has happened, but his heart was not ready to accept. दिमाग से उनको पता था कि क्या हो रहा है, क्या हो गया है. By intelligence he can easily figure it out, but his heart was not able to accept it because of the deep separation, you know. युधिष्ठिर महाराज would feel. हमारी लाइफ में भी होता है ना, if we hear some news, or sometimes if a friend does something, it's right in front of our eyes that he is doing this or that person is doing this and this could have happened, but in our heart, ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? How is this possible? I don't believe it, even though it's right in front of eyes, it's very clear, but it's a, I can't believe it, this has happened. ये दिल है कि मानता ही नहीं है. And just we have that hope कि शायद ये गलत है. And till the last, we feel like, maybe it's not right. Maybe I have heard it wrong. Something is not right here. So that kind of hope Yudhishthir Maharaj had. And until he verifies from Arjuna, like Arjuna speaks. Arjuna, the previous chapter, 14th chapter, Arjuna didn't speak anything. Yudhishthir Maharaj only kept on asking questions. And even right in 15th chapter also, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 verses, again Arjuna doesn't speak anything. From fifth verse he starts speaking. So until Yudhishthir Maharaj hears finally from the right source, until then there is a hope. Maybe this message is not true, and that's why he's trying to speculate all these things. Sometimes there is a deep love or deep attachment in the heart, and then we just can't, even if it's clear, we don't accept it. Just like a phone, sometimes a person drops a phone and the phone stops working, or the child drops a phone stops working, and then it comes to the parents, and the parents say, um, the phone is dead now, you can't use, you have to buy a new phone. But what about all the data, all the photos and everything is in there, all the content, and that's all lost. So the child, even though the parents say the phone is dead, no more usable, but the child has that, let's show it to the repairman, and then he takes it to some friend also. The friend says, the phone is gone, it's not usable anymore. Then we take it to the phone repairing person, and the person also says that the phone is gone, you can't use it. But still, there is a hope in the heart of a child because of the deep attachment कि शायद ठीक हो जाएगा. फोन गिर गया है, yes, but शायद ठीक हो जाएगा. And then the child says, why not we take it to the authorized representative, like a company factory. आईफोन है तो अगर आईफोन का हम विल गो टू द आईफोन जो भी ऑफिस होती है, या and then we'll try to get there, and that's the final ultimate authority. सब कुछ ट्राई करने के बाद भी फोन गिर गया है. ये I say in my भक्ति वृक्षा, जब इंसान गिर जाता है तो हंसी निकल जाती है. when a person falls down, people laugh, oh देखो वो गिर गया. लेकिन जब फोन गिर जाता है तो जान निकल जाती है. That's how much people are attached to the phone. And then there is a hope that shayad theek ho jayega. And then the final ultimate authority, the iPhone, the office, or whoever says that this phone is gone, not usable. And then, the person accepts ki sab kuch try kar liya. Until that final authority speaks, there is a hope. कि शायद ठीक हो जाएगा. And that is what we see here in the Yudhishthir Maharaj, Arjuna, this Bhima pastime. That Yudhishthir Maharaj is speculating so many different things because of the deep attachment and love for Krishna, that he's speculating all these things until finally we will see in this chapter that he hears from Arjuna the final message. Let's read text number 2 and 3 together. Um, Anshul Prabhu, you want to do 2 and 3 together?
Hare Krishna, Dharvatnam Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, all devotees, Dharvatnam. Prabhupada ki jai. Text number 2. Shokena shushya Ritsarojo hata prabha Vibhum tavevanusmaran Na shaknot pratibhashitum.
Translation: Due to grief, Arjuna's mouth and lotus-like heart had dried out. Therefore, his body lost all luster. Now, remembering the Supreme Lord, he could hardly utter a word in reply. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Verse number 3. Krichrena samstabhya shuchaha पाणिनामृज्य नेत्रयोः परोक्षेण समुन्नद्ध प्रणयोत्कण्ठकातरः.
Translation: With great difficulty, he checked the tears of grief that smeared his eyes. He was very distressed because Lord Krishna was out of his sight, and he increasingly felt affection for him. Thank you, Prabhuji.
So Arjuna was, his mouth and his heart dried up, his body lost all the luster. Remembering that Supreme Lord, he can hardly speak a word. With great difficulty, Arjuna is checking the tears of grief in his eyes. Very distressed because Lord Sri Krishna was out of sight and he was feeling increased separation. Arjuna was overwhelmed. Why? Because this strength Arjuna had, his heart is gone. His heart is with deep grief now. The strength is gone. Why? Because Krishna was saving him. Krishna was with him. Krishna was having loving reciprocation exchanges with him. He was guiding him with the message of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna was protecting him. And all these things is going into Arjuna's mind, that how Krishna was, we are having nice exchanges, saving him, guiding him, protecting him. And actually, it was Arjuna was not thinking of Krishna as the Supreme Lord, but he was thinking as that friendship, that relationship Arjuna was sharing with Krishna. And that's what giving him the power, the strength, and then everything is gone. Because Krishna, he was feeling separation as Krishna has left. And that's why he was feeling like this. Can't speak a word, tears in his eyes, bodily lost all luster, everything. Let's do text number 4. Radhika Mataji.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Sakhyam Maitrim Sohridam Cha Sarathyaadishu Samsmaran Nripam Agrajam Iti Aha Bashpagadgadaya Gira. Translation: Remembering Lord Krishna and his well wishes, benefactions, intimate familial relations, and his chariot driving, Arjuna, overwhelmed and breathing very heavily, began to speak. Hare Krishna.
So now, remembering that Lord Krishna and his all well wishes. So this is text number 4. It says Arjuna began to speak. Text number 5, we will actually see how Arjuna starts speaking. Very hard for him, but he is actually starting to speak. Here, in this verse, text number 4, it is mentioned that Lord Sri Krishna, he was his well-wisher, benefactor, he was benefactions. Then third one is intimate familial relationship. Fourth one, chariot driving, and thinking about all these things. So Krishna was not only a well-wisher, but he was actually doing practical, not just uh, in the heart as a well-wisher, but practically in action. He was acting. Intimate familial relationship, it is mentioned in this verse. That means Lord Shri Krishna arranged familiar relationship, arranged Arjuna's marriage with his own sister Subhadra. Then Lord Shri Krishna become a chariot driver to protect him in the war. How we know that how Krishna became Sarathi. And Krishna became happy when he established Pandavas as the king of the whole world. He himself made sure that all the arrangements are done so that the Pandavas are established as the king of the whole world. Look how much Krishna has done. And Arjuna's this feeling of overwhelmed with grief, we can understand when we reflect how Krishna has been instrumental in doing all sort of giving protection and guiding to Pandavas. And Krishna was always thinking, how Arjuna can be happy, how Pandavas can be happy, how can they be protected, how can they be safe. All this we can see in the pastimes of Krishna's dealings with the Pandavas, that Krishna made sure the Pandavas are protected, they are safe, they even spiritually as well. That Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna and to give this knowledge, of Bhagavad Gita. So, what is mentioned in this verse is Krishna is not only a well-wisher but a benefactor. So there is a difference. Well-wisher means अगर कोई बच्चे का exam है, अभी VCE exam is going on, and someone from India just say, all the best बेटा, पढ़ाई अच्छे से करना, पे exam अच्छे से paper write करना. That is a well-wishing. They wish good. But here it is said one step above. Not only a well-wisher, जैसे अर्जुन को बोले जाओ अच्छे से फाइट करना, तुम जाओ, ऐसा नहीं. Benefactor means Krishna actually becomes a chariot driver and he actually does action, not only well-wishing. So compared to our example of a child, that is one is well-wishing, just good luck beta, अच्छे से लेना. Other person is, तुम्हें कुछ भी doubt है तो we can do some online sessions, tuitions, and actually doing some actions and to benefit. So Krishna was well-wisher, benefactor. He protected Pandavas from so many celestial Divya Astras, to Arjuna, Brahmastra, so many powerful enemies from the other side, Karna, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Duryodhan, so many powerful enemies. And Krishna protected him, not only just talks, but actually in practical actions as well. Krishna was doing this. And on top of that, what Krishna is doing, he is becoming a chariot driver. Abhi dekho, same person who is worshipped by Brahma, the creator of this universe. In Brahma Samhita, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Brahma is worshipping Krishna. Indra is worshipping, praising Krishna. In the Govardhan pastime, we see that how Indra comes and touches the feet, the toe of the Lord Shri Krishna. And many times, Brahma is worshipping Krishna, Indra is worshipping Krishna, Lord Shiva is worshipping Krishna, Agni is worshipping Krishna, Vayu is worshipping Krishna. All these great personalities are worshipping Krishna. That same Lord becomes a chariot driver of Arjuna to protect him in the war. That is how benefactor this Lord Shri Krishna is. And this is what Krishna wants. This is what Krishna offers. हमारे लिए वो ऑफर करता है, guiding, protecting, caring, making sure we are safe, guiding with the spiritual knowledge. All these things Krishna is offering. ये मेरा हाथ पकड़ लो बस. I am going to give you all these things. और हम किसका हाथ पकड़ेंगे? Someone in this material world. Do we take shelter of? Who can we rely in this material world? He is missing. Arjun is missing this kind of friendship. And Krishna is ready to offer us that friendship, that how he can take care of a devotee. But unfortunately, we have other things to rely on in this material world. But this is what Krishna's friendship offers us. How we can understand, how we can say that we are holding hand of Krishna? How can we say that we are accepting Krishna's friendship? When we are chanting regularly, sincerely every day, when we are associating with devotees, reading scriptures regularly, that means we are accepting the friendship of Krishna. That means Krishna is offering this friendship, putting a hand in front of us, but accepting the friend, holding, relying on Krishna. That means we chant regularly. We have a group, dear devotees, where we tick that when we do chanting regularly every day. So I might share the link in the group, and just to make sure that we are accepting Krishna's friendship. And I would recommend everyone in this group to participate in that chanting group, making sure that we are in the friendship circle of Krishna, where Krishna will be guiding, protecting, making sure we are safe and spiritually enlightening us as well. Dekho, dear devotees, kya Krishna, what he does, all this. Krishna was a chariot driver in the battlefield, in the war. जब सब कुछ finish हो जाता है, उसके बाद just at the end, everything is done. Normally, as an etiquette, what happens? The chariot driver steps down from the chariot and gives the hand to the person in the back, and then he steps down. So, as a general etiquette, kya hone wala tha? Krishna would step down of the chariot, gives the hand to Arjuna, and Arjuna will step down. But at the end of the war, Krishna tells Arjuna, "You step down first." And Arjuna was surprised, confused. Why Krishna is doing like that? But Krishna has said, "You step down first." So Arjuna steps down. And as soon as Krishna steps down, the whole chariot bursts into flames. The flag starts burning, everything, the horses die, everything is destroyed. And अर्जुन क्या हो गया एकदम से क्या हो गया मैं तो सोच रहा था कि मैं फाइट कर रहा हूँ मैं ये कर रहा हूँ वो कर रहा हूँ and Krishna said there were so many weapons coming. I was absorbing everything, lots of arrows, divya astras, celestial weapons. There was fighters from all around, all the sides. They were releasing these weapons, and Krishna said, "I was protecting until I am sitting. You are protected." As soon as Krishna stepped down, the whole chariot burst into the flames. And this is what Krishna is offering to us, dear devotees. We have to hold on to Krishna. We have to. It's in our क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में, अपने स्वार्थ के लिए है. किसी का और कुछ किसी का फायदा नहीं होने वाला. That is going to benefit us if we hold on to Krishna. Text number 5. Pooja Vithalani Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Text 5. Arjun Uvacha Vanchitaham Maharaja Harina Bandhurupina Yena me Pahartam Tejo Deva Vismapanam Mahat. Translation. Arjuna said, "O King, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, who treated me exactly like an intimate friend, has left me alone. Thus my astounding power, which astonished even the demigods, is no longer with me." Hare Krishna.
Arjuna Uvacha. So in this particular words, Arjuna starts speaking, from here. Arjuna Uvacha. वंचितो अहम महाराजा. वंचित रह गया. अहम, me, महाराजा. Oh Maharaj Yudhishthir, I am thoroughly cheated, deprived of the association of my friend. Harina Bandhu Rupina. Harina Bandhu Rupina. Oh Yudhishthir Maharaj, I am cheated, I am deprived of association of my friend. Because when my friend was there, he was my relative, he was my friend, and I could mesmerize. देखो क्या लिखा है translation से. My astounding power, which astonished even the demigods. The power which Arjuna had, to mesmerize. If you know that Arjuna impressed Indra by meditating, and Indra took him to the heavenly planets. Arjuna impressed the Lord Shiva as well. That's why he received this Pashupatastra. Shiva gifted him. So Arjuna had so much power. He was impressing all the demigods. But now he's feeling the separation in the deprived of the association of Vanchito Aham Maharaja Harinam Bandhu Rupi. When he was there as my friend and a relative, I could mesmerize great demigods. But now, Yena me apradham tejo, Yena me apaharatam tejo means all my teja. Tej means the power is all completely gone, all stolen. Deva Visam Panam Mahat, all that is gone. Prabhupada gives such a brilliant purport in this one. I would not recommend. I would make it compulsory. Everyone read. Last time someone did that poll in our WhatsApp group. The same person, if you can do a poll and everyone has to take. We should memorize this purport. Itna badhiya purport Prabhupada gives, and that is a practical application for us in this one. Prabhupada writes, one must never be proud of the borrowed power. यहाँ पे देखो क्या होता है. Arjuna had all this power, mesmerizing even the demigods. But now in this one, because Krishna has left, the power has been gone. So Prabhupada writes, all the power we have, all the skills, talents, capabilities we have in our life, that's all by the mercy of Krishna. And one should not be puffed up. One should not have pride for all the skills and talents and borrowed power. Prabhupada uses the word. Arjuna was given the power when it was required to perform the action, and then that power was taken away by Krishna. Prabhupada writes that even for Arjuna or the demigods in the heavenly planets, all of them, Krishna gives them the power, and when the time is up, Krishna takes up the power as well. He takes away. What to speak about us? अर्जुन के साथ ये होता है, डेमिगॉड्स के साथ ये होता है. अपना क्या है, कभी कभी पावर दिया, कभी भगवान, he will give the skills, he will give the power, he will give the talents, managerial capabilities. Sometimes Krishna will take us as well. When the time is up, when our seva is done, if we required to perform certain actions according to the plan of Krishna, Krishna may give us, reward us, but Krishna may take back us as well. That's why we should not be puffed up and utilize that service, that whatever Krishna has given us, we can utilize that in the service of Krishna. Without Krishna's empowerment, nobody can accomplish anything on their own. It is by Krishna's mercy a person is able to do that. He gives power to render service, and when the service is done, the power will be withdrawn as well. And here we see Arjuna's power is withdrawn. And why Krishna will do that? Why Krishna withdraws the power? Because it is not that power, it is not the talent, it is not the skills that is required to reach to Krishna. It is the love in the heart that is required to reach कृष्णा. कृष्णा के लिए हृदय में प्रेम होना जरूरी है, नहीं कि this person is doing a very big speaker, this person is very nice singing, this person is a manager capabilities of doing the wonderful big things. That powerful things Krishna doesn't want. Krishna wants love in the heart. So that's why Krishna will sometimes give that and sometimes will take as well. And that is what is required. So here we see that how Arjuna, the power was gone, but the love in the heart is there. And that is enough. If we think that we are the doer, we are doing the program, I am speaking, I am doing nice kirtan, I am singing, I am making lots of money by my own skills, I am having this, I am having that, then something is wrong in our sadhana bhakti. कुछ गलत है if we are thinking we are doing. The correct way to think is that Krishna is rewarding me. And if अगर हम खुद ये समझ नहीं जाते, if we don't correct ourselves, Krishna will correct, or our Shiksha Guru or Diksha Guru or someone, a guide or a mentor will correct us. It's very important to get this mentality corrected that we are not this doer. Krishna is doer. All right. 7-1. We'll do one more. Very beautiful section. This lot of learning points. Tara Mataji, I saw. I'm not sure whether you can read. Aditi Mataji, you can read text 6. Yes,
Hare
yes.
Krishna.
Very beautiful.
Text 6. Yashakshana viyogena loko hi apriyadarshanaha uktena rahito hi esha mrita kaha prochyate yatha. Translation. I have just lost him whose separation for a moment would render all the universes unfavorable and void like bodies without life. Hare Krishna.
Ooh, I have just lost him whose separation for a moment. Yasya kshana viyogena. Kshana. Yasya kshana viyogena. By one moment of separation from Krishna. Loko hi apriya darshana. All the universes become void, unpleasant, unfavorable and void. Like the bodies without the life. Uktena rahito hi esha mrikata prochete yatha. They all appear, everything, the universe appears like a dead body without a life. By yasya kshana viyogena, by one moment of separation from Krishna. This particular section, dear devotees, now Arjuna starts speaking, but the feeling of Arjuna, how he thinks that all the power, everything was because of the presence of Krishna, because he was associating of Krishna. This particular section gives us a very beautiful message for all of us. This section is very important. When practically what happens when other devotees are doing nice service, कोई अच्छी सेवा करता है, I'm forget about material life and outside world, even within devotee community as well. When some devotees, कोई भक्त अच्छे से सेवा करता है, तो ज्यादातर लोगों के मन में ऐसा आता है, मैं नहीं कर सकती, मैं नहीं कर सकता, this person is doing so much, I can't do this. And the feeling of insecurity, inferiority complex, and enviousness, jealousness, all these different emotions comes within the devotee community when someone is कोई अच्छे से कीर्तन करता है, that person is singing so nicely, I can't sing like that. That person is playing a mridanga and harmonium so nicely, I can't do like that. Oh, ये तो इतना अच्छा राज छप्पन भोग बनाते हैं भगवान के लिए, इतना अच्छा डेकोरेशन से सुंदर बनाते हैं, मुझे तो आता ही नहीं है. Some person is giving a great lecture, इतने इतने श्लोकास बोलते हैं lecture में, इतना अच्छा बोलते हैं, nicely he knows so much of Sanskrit, so much of meters and rhythms and all these things. मुझे तो कुछ नहीं आता, मैं कैसे सेवा कर सकते हूँ भगवान की. Decorating deities, some people do very nicely, मुझे तो सेवा का मौका ही नहीं मिलता, मुझे तो आता ही नहीं है कुछ. This kind of mentality goes in people's mind. Even in book distribution, when people say इतनी इतनी भगवत गीता पे बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन किया, बुक मैराथन में, एंड देन पीपल हैव इन द हार्ट, आई कांट डू इट, मुझे तो आता ही नहीं है. एग्री और नॉट एवरीवन, टेल मी, होता है कि नहीं. दिस इज वेरी, आई हैव ऑब्जर्व्ड, with personal experience as well as staying with this, that people have this kind of feelings. And this is the learning from this particular section of Bhagavad Gita, that we have to understand Krishna has given the power to that person to perform some seva. Prabhupada uses the word borrowed power. That means Krishna has given that person a favor to perform some specific service. And instead of becoming insecure, instead of having that feeling of jealousness, enviousness, inferiority complex, we should be very happy that how nicely this person has been blessed by Krishna, so that he can perform this service. It is Krishna who has given that person a skill. And if we can focus that it's Krishna has given, that means our enviousness or our inferiority complex will not come. Because if we have that feeling of insecurity, that means we are having feeling of insecurity towards blessing of Krishna, enviousness towards Krishna's mercy to someone. And that's why it's very important to understand that Krishna has empowered that person with this particular talent to do this, but Krishna has some other plans for me. He has given some other skills. मैं जो कर सकता हूँ वो कोई और नहीं कर सकता, और जो कोई और कर सकता है वो मैं नहीं कर सकता. As simple as that. Instead of focusing on others, if we focus on our own self, Krishna has a unique relationship with all of us. And Krishna has empowered us with some specific purpose, with some specific talent and skill. And if we utilize that, what we have to do is just engage our that particular talent into service of Krishna. Bas. And then we will flourish in bhakti. It's not the talents, it's not the skills that is required to reach Krishna. Whatever we have been given by Krishna, if we engage that in the service, and that way we can flourish in bhakti. Bas. And that is what we have to do. What we can do, others may be not able to do. कोई अच्छे से book distribution करता है, लेकिन उसको भगवान के लिए केक बेक करके अच्छे डेकोरेशन आता ही नहीं है। किसी को सिंगिंग बहुत अच्छा आता है, very nicely, but he doesn't know DT dressing. Some person can do nice lectures, but he doesn't know how to manage the event where a person can speak and give lectures. So everyone is empowered with different things, and we have to find out that unique skills, or what is the purpose of our talent and how we can utilize that. If we know, it's good. If we are not, we can discuss that with our confidential devotees, our mentors, our guides, that what is that, how can I utilize my skills, what is that I can, and they can identify us. And it has been a so many experience within the temple that a person says, this is your seva and focus on this at this particular situation, and that's it. Sometimes a mother is not uh, doing DT dressing, not reciting sloka, not going to the temple, not cooking in the temple, but very nicely raising the child. And then by the age, we have many experiences. 15 years of girl taking initiation, 17, 18-year-old taking Brahman initiation. In Australia, I am talking in Melbourne, going to Melbourne, Australian schools, there are examples like that. So what does this all teaches? That each one of us has been given a specific skills, and if we utilize that skill, we can flourish in our bhakti, in our sadhana, and that is the important learning lesson from this particular section. Prabhupada writes here, power is not required to go back to Godhead. It's the love for Krishna that is required to reach Krishna. All right, dear devotees, I will stop here. We will start from text number 7 tomorrow. Someone raised hand.
Just share my experience of this last thing you said. It's so true, Babuji, because these slokas, just every day when we read Srimad Bhagavatam, because I myself, when I learn slokas, struggle, after even learning those slokas, struggle to pronounce. And when you see Anshul Prabhu, Radhika Mataji, and Puja Vitlani Mataji, and now Aditi Mataji, nicely reciting all these new slokas without looking, without like prior practice, anything. They just able to recite slokas. Then you question, how come I can't do this? How are they so good at it? Always, this thought always comes to me, Prabhu. So it's so real, so practical.
Yes, but we have been, Krishna has empowered with you some other skills, and that is not required to copy. This is the biggest problem in this world. People copy. Iska itna aaya, mujhe bhi ye chahiye. Usko wo aata hai, mujhe bhi ye chahiye. In the material world, and the same tendency carries in the spiritual devotee community as well. If he is doing this, I can't do it. I want to do it. They try to copy, but each one has been given a specific purpose in life. अगर देखो, एक चम्मच भी पानी से भरा होता है, एक ग्लास भी पानी से भरा होता है. A river or a pond is also filled with water. Ocean is also filled with water. All these things, they are filled with water. But each one of has that specific purpose. पूरा समंदर पानी से भरा है, but किसी को दवाई लेनी है तो वो चम्मच में छोटे बच्चे को पानी डाल के ही पीना पड़ेगा. The thing what can be done by a spoon, that can't be done by an ocean. And the things that can be purpose, that can be solved by the rivers, that can't be solved by glass. But if someone wants to drink water, then he has to, the glass full of water, that will solve the purpose. So every single thing, either it's a spoon or a glass or a pond or a lake or a river or an ocean, they all have a purpose. In the same way, we also have that. And the whole idea of getting a mentor or a guide or a guru in our life is to find out what is our seva. अब देखो प्रभुपाद की लाइफ में भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर said in one line, go to the Western world and preach. And देखो the purpose of his life. These are the practical examples we have to learn from these things. All right, time is up, dear devotees. We will join Monday. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Lovely day.
Thank you for your time.
Hare Krishna.